August Biniaz here, and you're listening to the Passive Investor Show.
And Ava Benesocky here, and you're listening to The Passive Investor Show.
The views and opinions provided on this show are for informational purposes only and should not be misinterpreted as an offer to buy or sell any securities or to make or consider any investment or course of action. For more information, please go to passiveinvestorshow.com. Hey PI listeners, this is John Fortes. I'm making it a point to speak to as many investors as possible. My goal is to position myself to be a blessing to my network through conversation. How could one be a blessing through conversation? The easy answer is by listening. A simple conversation can open many opportunities and doors. I always ask myself this: what do I have to lose by having one more conversation? Going back to high school, I've connected friends and family in my network to one another, even if it didn't benefit me. And I continue those same principles and practices. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. If I can't help you, I probably know someone or something that can probably solve your problem. I'd love for you to become a part of that network. Go to www.johnfortes.com, create your investor profile, and schedule a call. How can I best serve you through conversation? In the words of Clarence the Angel from It's a Wonderful Life, no man is a failure who has friends.
And now, the Passive Investor Show. Here's your host, John Fortes.
Welcome, PI listeners, to the Passive Investor Show. I'm the Passive Investor Consultant, John Fortes, your host of the only ranked podcast for passive investors in multifamily syndications and real estate funds. Our goal and purpose of this show is to be a resource to investors and help them master their passive investments by beating inflation 1% at a time.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you this special message.
Hey everyone, if you manage your own rental properties, aren't you looking for a more sufficient way to streamline your to-do list and make the leasing process easier? Apartments.com lets you list your units, screen and receive applications, create leases, collect rent, and track maintenance and expenses, all on the #1 rental network for free. That's right, for free. Apartments.com isn't just for apartments. 29 million monthly visitors visit the site for all types of listings, like single-family homes, duplexes, condos, and townhomes. Renters view these specific listings over 100 million times per month. This valuable exposure and a robust suite of resources are available to you as a landlord for free. And it's all online, so you can access this information anywhere at any time. If you're ready to find the perfect tenant, get started today by listing your units on the #1 rental network. Go to apartments.com/John Fortes. That's apartments.com/John Fortes. Why not take advantage of the free tools right at our fingertips? Go to apartments.com/John Fortes. It's free. Just in case you didn't get enough of Ava Benesocky and August Biniaz, we brought them back for our infamous quick hitter Investor 101 series. Ava Benesocky and August Biniaz joined forces to found CPI Capital. CPI Capital is the Canadian-based real estate investment firm that specializes in U.S. multifamily value-add real estate. To learn more about them and how to run a real estate investment firm, please revert back to the previous episode. Ava and August, welcome back to the show, and thank you for coming back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, so I usually ask one question, but since there's two of you guys, I'm going to give you guys two questions, one for each of you. Now, as an investor, where should I begin? And the second question is, how do you as a team partner with sponsors, and what is the typical amount of capital you usually bring to a deal?
Okay, right on. So as an investor, how should you begin? I always tell investors, you know what, hone in on who you want to team up with. What sponsor do you want to work with? And really get to know that sponsor. Learn about that sponsor, maybe find some past testimonials on that sponsor, and really start your journey of investing that way. Because there's a lot going on in this space and there's a lot of options. So really find what best fits your needs and your goals, and really dive deep and learn more about that sponsor. So that's my advice.
Yeah, great. And for me, I mean, I can answer your two latter questions, how CPI finds the right operators to partner with, and as far as the amount of capital that we raise for the deals we come in on. So on the operators we look to partner with, it's a twofold kind of process. One is about the numbers, the metrics, the data, the performance of the operator in the regions that we look to invest into. So it starts with the region. Like, hey, where are the regions that have consistently shown job growth, population growth, income growth, crime reduction? And again, recently with the interstate migration happening in the US, we can see that there's a few states that always come on top. You have Arizona, Texas, Florida, North and South Carolina. So after we realize the regions we want to be in, we want to also then realize what are the operators we want to be in. There are Blackstones of the world, which are multi-billion-dollar companies that most probably our vision doesn't align to partner with them. But you also got smaller firms who haven't been in business for a very long time. Not that doesn't mean that they're not going to do a great job. It just means that they just haven't been through the process yet. So there is a sweet spot when it comes to the right operator to partner with. We have certain criteria and pretty strict criteria because we are over here in Canada and we are also recently in the business for the last couple of years. So it's important for us that, that our due diligence process is very rigorous. So we look for minimum of $100 million assets under management, not transactions, but assets under management currently. So that's one of the numbers we look at. We also then start the conversation and communication with the operator. And this goes more on a personal level rather than just business. Goes into ideas of how open and how transparent is the operator? How willing are they to come on board and partner with us? How willing are they to come on board and share with us about investors who've invested with them in the past? How willing are they to come on board and teach us about systems that they have, about the processes they have, and it becomes much more of a friendship than just a cutthroat business relationship. And that's what we look for. So it's twofold. So it's numbers, certain metrics, certain minimum of assets under management, but it's also the tendency to want to be very business friendly, very open-minded, and very helpful on a personal level. So that's kind of briefly a couple items. As far as would you like me to pause, or you want to keep going to the next question?
Keep going. You're doing great, man.
So for you, as far as how much equity we bring on into the deals, it really depends. For this structure that we are creating, for the fund of fund structure that we're creating, which is a Canadian fund and a US fund, and all the legal and accounting and EMD, there is a minimum number of equity, the amount of equity we have to raise for this deal to make sense as far as the economics of it, because there's costs related. So that's that number is around the $500,000 USD mark that we have to raise for a deal to make sense. But that's again, that's the minimum number per deal that would even keep us at that floating stage. But in reality, we look at deals, in the millions, definitely we're in the millions mark as far as the equity we bring onto the deal, looking to scale, looking to do our own deals. So the plan is to eventually have $1 billion of assets under management for CPI. There's 2 million accredited investors here in Canada, second largest country in the world. Very highly educated country. Our immigration process brings the greatest minds from all over the world, including my parents, to this country. Different immigration criteria that exist for people to immigrate to Canada. So it's a country of great minds, a lot of money, a lot of natural resources, and a lot of sophisticated investors. So we're looking to tap into that market and eventually be able to participate and bring on billions of Canadian dollars into US real estate.
No, I love how you guys touch on how we can begin as a passive investor. And I love how you're forming partnerships And it sounds like no matter what, the minimum, even if you're just partnering with a sponsor, no matter what, the minimum is going to start at that $500,000 mark. So thank you for diving into that. I really appreciate you guys coming on. Ava, August, friends of the show, thank you for stopping by. We really enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Don't forget to download your free copy of the investment tracker. It allows you to track up to 5 investments, compare sponsors, markets, and most importantly, projected versus actual returns. To get your copy, go to www.projectedreturns.com. PI listeners, thank you for listening. As always, we hope this was the best resource for your investment strategy, but also the best use of your time. Remember, if this episode helps you, you can help us by leaving a review on iTunes. I hope you feel compelled enough to share it with someone you think this would resonate with as well. As much as it pains us to leave you, but you know what time it is. Time to go put this into practice. Till the next time we meet, happy investing. PI listeners, I'm grateful for your time and I appreciate you for listening. It would mean the world to me if you went to iTunes and left a rating and written review. Let me know how you feel about the show. It really makes a big difference with getting the podcast out there. Don't forget about our Facebook group, where all of our guests are members of. I'll be there to answer any of your questions, or even questions you might have for future guests. Subscribe so you can get the latest episodes and our fan favorite quick hitters. Finally, I want to keep you updated, so head over to johnfortes.com and sign up for the newsletter. If you're interested in partnering with me, sign up on the contact page so you can talk to me directly. I look forward to connecting with you. Happy investing.